Hey everybody, my name is Alex, this is LegitStreetCars, and this is a $17,000 estimate from BMW. I took my 409,000 mile M5 to the dealer a couple weeks ago for an inspection, and they gave me this. They quoted me 17 grand for a bunch of stuff. So in this video, we're going line by line. We're gonna pick off each one of these repairs and fix them here at home. Actually, not every single one of these I'll explain as we go along. But as I fix this car, I'm gonna be comparing the dealer cost to the DIY cost, and I think we can fix, get out of here, fly. I think we could fix this car for pennies on the dollar, and I've never worked on a BMW before in my life, so this should be pretty interesting. And the reason for that is that BMWs are just so reliable. They never need any kind of repair or maintenance work whatsoever. Totally just kidding. Literally no one's ever said that in the history of human beings. But stay tuned until the end of the video where I'm gonna burn this estimate with a MAP gas torch, and also stay tuned for some bloopers of me trying to burn this estimate in this very intro of this video and failing miserably. Enjoy the show. Woo, that was close. We might be burning this. First up, we have replaced valve cover gaskets. They're leaking for only $1,400. The problem here is that the valve covers are not leaking. The previous owner had actually just replaced them right before I bought the car, so they maybe have 2,000 miles on them, but take a look at what is leaking. The oil cap. You can see the oil dripping down here, and it causes it to look like a valve cover is leaking, but it's not. All it is a bad oil cap. So I got one of these, a BMW cap, for about $25 off of Amazon. So all we need to do is wipe that clean and install our new cap. Oh wait, maybe I should go the right way. Hold on. This would look better if I go, oh, there we go. Bam, so that is done. We just saved about $1,400, but had we needed to do the valve cover gaskets, I had bought them anyway before I checked. They're only 50 bucks on FCP Euro, of course. That comes with a lifetime warranty. So we're off to a very, very good start. Let's take a look at what's next. Next up, we have replace main under shield. They want $614 for this piece of plastic that you can get for 47 bucks off of eBay. I know this isn't factory, but come on, people, it's just a piece of plastic. So anyway, I have the original one I'll be putting back on the car. Some clips had broken off. Install all converters. The catalytic converters are missing. They want $4,800. So no, I'm not going to be doing that one either. We might do some exhaust work to this car later, but we're not putting cats back on the car in this video. So, oh, and by the way, guys, this is my failure of burning this sheet. I didn't have audio in a couple of, you'll see at the end. Anyway, so the next one that we're going to do, replace drive belt. It's basically listing all of the belts and tensioners. There's two of them on this car, but we actually only have one belt and one tensioner and a couple pulleys that are bad. So they want $1,414 to do this. So let's get to work and see how much we can fix it for. All right, another one complete. So we have a brand new belt, two new pulleys, a new tensioner back there as well. And this entire job only took me a half hour to do. Here's something I've been doing, well, I guess ever since cell phones came out with really good cameras. I take a picture of the belt routing before I take the belt off. That way you don't forget and you're not wasting time looking it up. So this repair at the dealership, 1,400 bucks. Let's tally it up here on the FCP website. So we have $30 there, $16 there. That's the tensioner and the belt. And then we have $141.24. I think, I don't know, let's just say that's $188.32 total. So we fixed the entire problem for about what the taxes are going to be on that. So not too bad at all. Okay, so up next, we have to replace the right rear lower ball joint. For some reason, they wrote down left rear, but they want $749 to do this ball joint. And to be honest with you, this is something that I've never done before. Like I said, I've never worked on a BMW before in my life, but I'm not worried at all because I have 6yeah. This is an awesome app that gets you expert help right on your phone. All right, so we're just gonna hit Cars and Trucks, BMW, a video chat, get help now, and here we go.
Hi, this is Mike with 6yeah. How can I help you today?
Hey Mike, what's going on? My name is Alex and I'm working on a 2000 E39 M5. I need to know how to replace the rear lower ball joint, so I don't want to have to take off all of the arms from the spindle and the axle. So what's the trick to do this?
You're going to take the big bolt out that goes through the control arm. The easiest way is to loosen the alignment adjustment bolts, and that way that arm will swing down.
Okay, is that this one right here?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You need to mark that, otherwise you're going to get into some alignment issues. I would suggest chisel. I'll give you a permanent mark there and you can get it lined right back up.
So basically we're just swinging this arm down out of the way and I should be able to get my tool in here, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you for using 6yeah.
Thanks, Mike. So if you guys want to try out 6yeah, just click on my link in the video description box or go to 6yeah.com/legit. This is going to give you a 7-day trial totally free. And after that, it's just $95 a year or about $8 a month for unlimited help 24/7. And all of the experts are located right here in the United States. So now that we have a good game plan from Mike on how to do this ball joint, let's get to work. Wow, that was a total pain in the butt, mostly because of this nut right here. It would not budge. So I used penetrating oil, I used heat, I used a bigger breaker bar, and then finally the 1/2-inch snap-on impact got her off. So this is loose, that is loose. Although I was hoping we could swing this arm all the way down, I can't get this bolt all the way through, and I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't need a broken bolt today, so I just took a block of wood, kind of pried it in here just to hold this. There's really not much tension on it at all. And now we have full access to our really bad ball joint. Check this out. So we're going to take out this C-clip here, and then we're just using a generic ball joint press tool on the car. I found a cup that kind of fits. Yeah, there we go. So this should be pretty easy to do now that we have a ton of room. So let's knock it out and move on. And this job is in the books. Take a look at my nice, shiny, brand new ball joint. And guys, this is an excellent time to take a look at the rest of the suspension in the area and make sure that there's nothing you should be replacing while you're in there. So this arm here has a bushing. Mine was in good shape, but that would be easy to do at this time. And so would the sway bar links right here. These go bad all the time, although mine are very tight. So you can replace those two items while you're doing the ball joint and save yourself a ton of time. And I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but these are the alignment marks that I made. So you can see I used a chisel and these all line up perfectly so we know our alignment hasn't been messed with. And something else I want to mention, whenever you're tightening up control arms, you want to do it with some load on the suspension. So preferably with the car all the way down on the ground with the wheels on it. But in this case, this thing is so low, there's no chance I get to these nuts and bolts from underneath the car. So I used my little screw jack here and we just went right up under the control arm here, gave it some tension, and next time it's on the alignment rack, I'll probably loosen these up and just double check everything. So let's take a look at where we're at financially. So $749 for the ball joint. We replaced it with a very, very high quality Lemforder ball joint for $26.92, so not bad. Next up here we have oil level sensor, but you know what? We're gonna skip that one because we're in the rear. We're gonna do that, but hang on a minute. We're gonna do these rear brake pads first. They call them a full stack. All that means are the rear pads and rotors. They want $954 to do the rear brake. So let's knock these out and I'll show you guys how much they cost me. And our rear pads and rotors are complete and looking awesome. And I normally don't film from this side of the garage because it's a little tight, but this isn't as bad as you think. I can get in here and swing a hammer. I've even removed really long axles from big trucks. And obviously I wish I could have gone a little bit bigger, but I live in Chicago and we have space limitations. So let's take a look at some money stuff. So almost $955 to replace the rear pads and rotors and the one sensor from the dealership. And we did it for much less. So we used quality Zimmerman BMW brake rotors in the rear, and then we use Akebono brake pads. These are the best pads, guys. I use these on all my cars. Very low noise, very low dust, and they perform really, really well. So $62.76 for each rotor, $63.99 for the pads. I can't do math. I went to public school. I think, let's just say that's $189.51, but don't quote me on that, guys. Don't quote me on that. And we obviously beat the ever-living hell out of the dealership estimate on the rear brakes. And any one of you guys at home can do brakes on your cars. These are not hard at all. These took me maybe 45 minutes. So let's go back up one on the list. We have the oil level sensor. They want $512 to replace this sensor. And then with that, we're gonna be doing the oil change, which they want $320 for. So let's go knock it out and let you know how inexpensive we did those. It's pretty awesome. Hang on, guys. I was about to put the wheel on. Did you guys notice anything weird? Do you notice anything weird with this picture? I totally put the rotor on the wrong way. There we go. Now we have holes. Jesus Christ, man. I did it again. Man, maybe I should just bring my car to the dealer after all. I'm just going to blame this on the fact that I'm filming. Wait a minute. Where are we going? There we go. I did it. I did it, guys. Look at that. Man, I'm good. Look at this gigantic oil filter. This is awesome. I'll let this drain out for a minute. Okay, we're going to drain out all of our oil. and then do our oil level sensor. I believe that's all it does, is the oil level sensor. Maybe temperature too, I'm not really sure. But it is leaking nonetheless, and it might be the original 409,000 mile sensor. Woo, there we go. I think this oil only has like a couple thousand miles on it, but with this 409,000 mile M5, I would totally do 2,000-3,000 mile oil change intervals. And then obviously checking it at every fill up, because we want this baby to last. All right, we've drained out all the oil, replaced the washer. And before you do anything, go ahead and tighten up your drain plug, because you might forget. And that would make for a really, really bad day. So. All right, so they didn't give me the labor and parts breakdown from the dealership, but I hope they're not really charging much more than, gosh, a half hour for this. I don't know. Let me show you how easy it is. I don't even need a time lapse. It is 3 10mm nuts, and then she just comes right out. That's it. Give this a little clean. And then here is our brand new, made in Germany, Hella brand oil sensor. It just goes right in, and you just tighten these 3 up, plug it in, and you're done. Oh, and I just use a little bit of electrical contact cleaner on these plugs, especially after they are oil soaked. And a little shop air. Plug her back in. Voila. New oil sensor. All right, so parts used for this one: made in Germany, Liqui Moly 10W60 synthetic oil with a man oil filter. We used, of course, a factory BMW oil level sensor made in Germany as well. That sensor is only $50, lifetime warranty with FCP. And then they have a very affordable oil change kit. What you just saw here is only $68.64. So a grand total, if I'm doing this, oh my gosh, I'm really bad at math. $118.64, I think that's what it is. And then let's go over here. We have a $320 oil change, LOF, lube oil filter, which doesn't really apply anymore. There's nothing really to lube. And then an oil level sensor for $512.08. So that is Chicago Public School math class, Miss May, $832.08. So $832 versus $118. And guys, this job was even easier than the brakes. So trust me, build up some confidence in working on cars in the garage. Even scary M cars like this can be worked on at home with no experience whatsoever. I've never done any of this stuff on a BMW in my life. So let's go back to our estimate. And I actually think we're done here. So we have replace airbag control module, $2,200 basically, and then programming. It's like a $2,500 repair. Now I will give this to the dealership. They have to use a brand new part for this, no questions asked, and that's probably what should be used. Although everybody online is telling me just to get a used one for like $30 and program it in there. So I haven't looked too far into this. I'll probably get a new one, but I'm sure we can save at least 75% doing that repair. Bleed clutch fluid and trans service for $230 and $373. Both of these have already been done by the previous owner very, very recently, just a few months ago. So they don't check the fluid, they just recommend stuff. Replace some brake light bulbs for $117. I don't know why, they work just fine, but whatever. And then right here, the service writer had emailed me after he gave me this estimate and said that needed the O2 sensors for $1,594. I did get a code when I first bought this car, but it hasn't come on in a while, so this might have something to do with the fact that we have no cats. But either way, I think O2 sensors are about like $50 each, something crazy, very easy to replace. And then if you do all of this, you get some free wiper blades. Okay, so we're at almost $6,000 without tax to have the dealership replace everything that you guys just saw me do in this video. So our grand total for parts for doing this at home, DIY style, $675. So roughly 10% of what the dealership wanted. We got all of this stuff done. And guys, this has been filmed in one day. I think I have, I don't know, maybe 5 hours. Granted, I have a lift, but whatever. You guys can totally do this stuff at home. I know you can. I know you can literally save thousands of dollars and own one of these older European cars. So with that being said, we only have one thing left to do here, and that is light this bad boy on fire. But you know what? I should probably bring it outside. All right, as if my neighbors didn't already think I was weird with all these cars parked out here all the time. Burning this in a wheelbarrow. See ya! I gotta say, MAP gas works really, really well, guys. Forget the propane. Get this. Look at that. Look at our estimate. It's gone. All right, with the most important thing out of the way, burning the estimate, this video is done. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and have an awesome day. I'll catch all of you in the next video. BMW estimate. Whoa, that was close. We might be burning my $17,000 estimate a little bit later in the video, but first, we need this thing. Estimate. Woo, that was close. We might be burning this, shit. And in this video, we're gonna be burning my $17,000